play Filament. So I've watched through the demo. There's some few basic like fundamental mistakes, like your crosshair placement, not upgrading your weapon on CT side after you won pistol, which we'll go over on the next half. Not staying with your team, not pushing off a utility. Like after you throw a smoke, you don't really do anything to make a play off of the smoke. So it's just really some fundamental stuff and some like map awareness issues, which I'll go over here in a second. So like I'll let the pistol round play out. We'll talk about it in a second. But if you're gonna go towards, if you get a pick towards A, like let's say you get a couple kills towards A, some of the basic rotations are gonna be either through cat here, or they're going to be through underpass, and of course CT spawn. Okay. Oh, I lost myself. There I am. So that's the three main places the CTs are going to rotate through. It's either going to be through CT spawn, either through jungle, or through the stairs, or they're going to come out mid, or going to go through underpass to rotate to A. And for B, it's pretty simple. They're either going to come cat, or they're going to come through the market area, whatever you call this here. So just keep that in mind for when we go over like rotations and stuff. Mirage is pretty simple as far as like rotations go. It's sort of like a Dust 2. So when you get kills at B, you know they're going to come cat or they're going to come through market. They can come through apartments, but generally you have people rotating through market and cat. That's the fastest way to get to B, unless of course they're already like pushed up on the other side of the map and they have like the info. So on like pistol, you had a guy top mid, you had a few over towards A, and then you were alone in B halls. What you could have done here is either you could have just stayed quiet and walked through under like the underpass and gone out and peeked connector or peeked window, see if you can get a kill, or at least call like who's rotating where and like where the CTs are. Or you could have just made a lot of noise and like peeked into B and forced these two players to stay at B, and your teammates could have done a play off of that. Or you could have just made a lot of noise, kept them there, and then walked back to like underpass or whatever. That way they know that you're in B. That'll keep at least one guy there. Then you could have walked underpass and tried to get a kill window, kill cat, kill connector, and then your team could have just split A. So you can keep that in mind for like other maps as well. Like for Inferno, you can go like running up banana while the rest of your team is in A, and you can walk back. That way you keep at least one guy at B on Inferno or on Mirage or whatever map you're playing. You see this guy in CT, so this is the that was a good play to push that guy. Here, you didn't need to push out. You know where this guy is. You could have just stayed by Tetris and wait for him to cross over to try to defuse the bomb. You didn't need to push him there. Go on to the next round. Here, this is really unfortunate. On eco rounds, you want to stay with your team as much as possible. You don't really want to split up. You don't want the bomb to go alone anywhere. You don't want this guy to be alone in Palace. Here you peek by yourself, and this guy, I don't know why he has an SMG. It's just really unfortunate that he has a gun. So you get killed here. It's pretty unfortunate. And that's the end of that round. So for eco rounds in the future, you have to expect them to at least pistol armor. And the easiest way to counter that is just to stay with your team on eco rounds. Don't go anywhere alone. Don't let them get weapons and get 1v1s and easy trades. On to the next round. Here, you guys did pretty good. You didn't win the round, but it was a pretty good eco. All these kills is a result of like just staying together. And right here, you saw that guy. I don't know what your video settings are or what type of monitor you have, but you saw him. You saw his arm sticking out there. There's also a spot. There's also a spot over here. The CTs can push underpass and hide in this corner. So every time you go underpass, just be aware that they can hide right here. Here's just an anti-eco. I just want to show you how you get these kills. Grab that one kill there. And then right here, the rest of your team is in apartments. You have one AFK, and you have the bomb. It's a 3 versus 3. So there's no reason to push right away like this. You could have stayed alive a little bit longer, try to get a pick or go back towards A or something, try to coordinate something with your teammates. But just running out here by yourself with the bomb is like sealing the round, like it's a guaranteed loss at this point. So you come out here and die. Just be aware of that. You throw the smoke a lot, which is not a bad smoke. I'll show you a CT smoke whenever we get the chance, and like the proper like A take smokes. You throw the smoke a lot, but then you don't go out with your team. You sometimes go back into Palace and you jump back out towards ramp. You don't really decide where to go. So if you're gonna throw a smoke, you're gonna throw flashes, and your teammates are gonna come out. You need to like go with them. You gotta commit.
Deploying flashbang.
Here you just get killed. It's a eco round for you guys. No big deal.
Let's go. Smoke. No. Lead the way, my friend. That makes 3 left.
I also try to keep track of your economy a little bit better. Right here, you get a kill on this guy.
We have dropped the bomb. 2 men left.
That was a good kill. It's a good play. At this point, the bomb's down mid. Most of your team's out there. You can like start coming out here because all you have is a pistol. You can come out. You can try to like see if somebody's under balc. If there's somebody else on the A site, you're trying to look for that other guy. You want to clear this A site, push through, jump out of Palace, look for that info to see where your teammates can go from this point. You guys do win the round, but if you would have just came out here and searched, you could have taken this A site pretty quick. Then you would have known that they're both over on the other side of the map. Right here, this guy just comes out, kills you. It's unfortunate.
I am planting the bomb.
Not the biggest deal. You throw the smoke, and then you like to come back towards Palace. You should have just stayed. Ramp, and then your map should be zoomed out, like the way it is. I don't know if you can see this with the recording, but the map should be zoomed out. It doesn't have to be all the way, but just enough to where you can see like at least like half of the map. You will know that you have teammates already in sight. So right now it's just knife out, go help your team. Again, like crosshair placement and like general map awareness is still kind of a little off. So you have to pre-aim spots where they can be, like the steps here, jungle, CT. You want to come out pre-aiming at these spots. as well as you're in back of palace and you have a teammate already halfway through the site. So a glance at the map every once in a while will definitely help uh, you and your team in the long run with that awareness. So glance at your map every once in a while.
One missile.
It's a nice shot. It's an eco round for them. Again, you throw that smoke, but then you don't do anything with it. You go back palace. You have teammates in connector. You have a teammate ramp. Again, it's just like map awareness. Just take a glance at your map and just come out with your teammates on ramp. Don't be scared to come out there. Throw smoke, throw flash, and come out. Especially when your teammates are going to commit like this.
Flashbang.
It's pretty to clean up around here. We're just going to skip it. That's not a bad nade. A lot of players will sit like on the steps here, or they'll play jungle. So what you can do is, I do this a lot as well, is you can throw some smokes and then you can throw a nade through the smoke over here and that'll nade jungle. Something you can also keep track of is if somebody's like fighting mid and they hit the CT, they're winning the fight, the CT will fall back and 90% of the chance you'll come towards stairs, you'll come towards jungle. So you can coordinate that nade with whoever's mid. And if you said somebody's peeking connector and he's falling back, you can nade over the steps and hit him with the grenade. Let's go back. Let me see what happened there. Here again, you have teammates already up in connector. So just a quick glance at your map will tell you that. So that's your cue to start clearing under balcony, clearing site, clearing the sandwich, Tetris, CT. I said you kind of sit here way too long. You get the skill, it's not bad. Guy has a Negev. Oh god. It's not bad. Okay, so right here, you push CT, which is not bad. You should clear CT, but as soon as you see that this last guy is not CT, the only other possible way he can be coming to rotate is either connector or in jungle. He could be flank, but it's really unlikely, especially when the bomb's already been spotted here. So right here, as soon as you see that's empty, you just turn around and go the other way. It's not a bad nade. You need to just push to that smoke and help your teammate. Here, one CT. So what you can do is like push through the smoke and push jungle, the connect area, help the bomb carrier out, and then you can plant on the other side of the box here. You can plant like over here on this side, so you don't have to take the fight with the guy CT. All you gotta do is smoke connector or smoke jungle, or push jungle just to clear it and hold it, and then the guy can plant here. Here you just lose the fight, which is not bad. It's not a big deal. Just gotta work on not really your aim, but when to spray and when not to. Wasn't a bad spray. It's pretty accurate. Just not the time to spray. Getting a shot on this guy. Good job. Again, you have a teammate out already. You got to go out and help him. You got to trade that. Here, just you got to check your corners. You get unfortunate death here. Skip this round. For the smoke. Here you do come out. I don't really recommend throwing that grenade in that direction because there's like a triple box you can hide behind. There's a lot of like objects in the way. I would save that grenade. I would still throw it over like the steps. That's a good idea, but just not towards the site like that. Here you got two people out. Again, you're staying back. You need to help your teammates play with your team. Don't be afraid to come out ramp here. That's a really oh my god, what's uncommon spot to hold from when this guy killed you. It's not bad. It's not a bad play what you did, but this guy was just in a weird spot. Skip this round. Here again, you got guys already out fighting in connector and stuff, so I would definitely just come out and help them. Throwing the nade into window is actually something that a lot of players will do, but instead of like throwing it into like that area where you threw it in, let me see if I can. What you want to do is you want to throw it at an angle where it'll land where he's standing right here. Especially when it's smoked off, a lot of players will come back towards here and they'll watch the smoke for the boost, what he's trying to do right now, or they'll watch like the other side. So throwing a nade like deep into this window room area is what you want to do. You don't really want to just throw the nade like right around here. Instead, if you know somebody's here, I would just come out wide. I would walk out wide and look for the headshot. You can actually see the gun barrel if he's hiding in that corner. So that'll be an easy kill for you. Or a Molotov. You can throw a Molotov in there, force him out. But the grenade you want to use that for that deep grenade here, which is more common. Oops, not that. That common angle down in here. Can nade in here if you want. If you know the guy's in here, the guy's like in the corner or something, and you can, if he's not moving at all, then of course you can just nade him and hopefully he wide peeks and you get the kill. When it's in a 1v2 situation like this, I would definitely recommend walking a lot more. Start walking into like a common area. Like jungle's a really common area to play. The connector, cat. So what I would have done here is just walk up connector, clear jungle, and then plan a day. I think you do exactly what I would have done, but instead of walking, you were running, and this guy hears you and he comes back out and he kills you with the OV.
Terrorists win.
It's not a bad nade. You're holding. Your crosshair placement's a little low still. Just keep that in mind. You hear this guy rotating out, so that should be your cue to like run out and see if you can catch him rotating. I don't know what type of headset you use, but you can definitely hear this guy running up cat, and that is like your cue to run out to the window to see if you can catch him rotating or keep him at B so your teammates can plant.
Terrorists win. We will live. Victory is ours. We throwing smoke. Flashback. Taking the bomb to A.
Here again, your crosshair placement, pre-aiming like common spots. A lot of people will jump spot the truck there, so you need to be like pre-aiming like either that little headshot angle or like on top of the truck where people usually hold.
Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
Bombs down, so that's your cue to like just rotate. try to recover the bomb. You have a teammate going up connector. Again, it's just you're not looking at your map too often, so that's your cue to just knife out, get with your teammate, try to get connector control and whatnot.
Flashback.
It's unfortunate there.
Now you're right on. You're right on. Remember,
Here on your CT side, I would never play this spot. Never play right here. If you really want to play an off angle, a more common spot would be behind this box, like staring up at the palace, or playing behind triple, or playing like in the firebox area on top of this box here, playing the jungle or stairs. But don't sit here. This is a really bad spot. Or even CT right behind you. CT is not a bad spot to play either. On pistols, which is like just my personal philosophy, for CT side, for Mirage, you just play the retake at A. What I mean is just have like 2 A players sit in CT, or one sit CT, one sit like a really passive jungle angle, and then the B guys can go for an aggressive peek into tunnels to just get some info, or you can send a few guys like running up mid to see if they're going for like a default play, or you can peek underpass, push underpass. But an aggressive pistol on one side of the map for every CT pistol is what I like to do. Like for cash, I'll push A main on pistol round on CT to see they're trying to make an A play. I play B on Mirage, so I'll always peek. I always peek B halls, or on Inferno I'll peek mid, or I'll peek banana depending on my spawn. But for A Mirage, I just play the retake at A Mirage. It's so easy to retake A. There's really no place they can hide on A, like Firebox or Tetris or Palace. They can't be anywhere else.
Smoke. Smoke.
You get plenty of info here.
Grenade.
Now all you got to do right now is you know your teammate is up in Palace, so they can't be in sight, or in apartments rather. All you got to do now is just try to go help your teammate as fast as possible. Here you saw him. You could have just taken your time there. You could have just held that angle to kill him, but your teammate cleans it up. Here you don't upgrade, which is a big mistake. You always upgrade when you win that pistol round. Again, don't play from this spot. You want to play from CT or behind triple, under the balcony, on top of the balcony, the jungle or stairs area. You don't want to play out in the open like this.
Throwing smoke.
Here, you spot the bomb, and you spot like 3-4 guys. I don't know how many you actually saw, but all you gotta do at this point is just stay alive. No reason to keep re-peeking. Call out the anyone jungle and just stay alive here. All you have to do. You know, one guy, one jungle. You gotta be aware that he's gonna be in CT. You played that pretty well. You stayed alive. You didn't really overextend to get a kill or to take a fight. The only thing is, I wouldn't have gone through jungle. I would have just stayed in sight, watched CT or peek CT to see where that missing jungle player went. Again, not a good spot. It's an eco round from them. Skip that. Again, not a good spot to play. Your teammate kills him. All you gotta do is look at the mini map, or just have him call out, you kill him, and you wouldn't have been spraying that same spot.
Grenade out. Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
It's just a 1v 4. Just gonna skip the rest of this.
You're a champion. Roger. Throwing flashback.
You're AFK in this round.
Incendiary. Grenade out.
Here, as being the A player, all you have to, the bomb hasn't, I don't know if the bomb's been spotted already, but all you have to do is just sit in CT spawn and like spot the ramp. You can jiggle peek the ramp, jiggle peek palace, and just wait for your teammates once you see the bomb.
Throwing smoke.
Again, like if you have to imagine if both of them came out ramp, and they have the bomb, and you're the only person here, you're gonna give the T side a bomb plant, and you're gonna give them room to push all the way through CT, and have a guy in Palace. And that's like almost an impossible retake if they play it correctly, especially when your teammates are on the other side of the map. So a quick glance at the map will tell you like, oh, this is not good. I have to stay alive here. My teammates are really far, and this applies to every map in CS. If you're the only guy here in a 2v2 or 2v3 situation like this, all you have to do is just stay alive and wait for the bomb plant. There's certain situations where you can even just let them have the bomb plant. It's not a big deal, but getting the round is what you really want to do. So just give them the bomb plant, wait for your teammates, and you can just retake together. I think you get the kill here though. It's not a big deal. Yeah, just that aim. Just gotta work on that aim. I don't think it's your aim. I think it's more of you get startled and you forget how to aim. Do a lot of panic sprays, which is fine. Just keep on playing, keep on deathmatching, and you'll get used to it eventually. Again, you're AFK. Again, your aim. You just gotta slow down and pick those fights. Last guy. See, as soon as you see this guy your teammate running out, your crosshair should be automatically towards another spot where he can be. Again, this is just like a map awareness thing. Like he's got to be Palace. I think he just killed someone. He just killed your teammate, so you know where he is, or you should know where he is.
Counter-terrorists win. Roger that. We're really laying into them.
Just a bad nade. Instead of coming across triple like this to nade into ramp, you can actually bank the nade off of the wall right here, that wall right there, and that'll land in the ramp. That way you don't have to overexpose yourself. So you run in through the site and you throw the nade off of that wall, and that'll land in the ramp. You can do that with the molly, you can do that with the smoke as well, but the smoke you want to do a little shallow. You want it to land like right here in this area.
I'm throwing smoke. Throwing flashback. Blending. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Get killed here, it's a big deal. I think that guy was just lurking there. It's unfortunate. Again, you want to bank the nade off instead of coming out wide like this. You see your teammate running through, so you nade over here, you molly. You guys just need to coordinate, like just call out what you're gonna molly, call out what you're gonna smoke. Here, I don't know if this guy has like, I don't think he has bomb control. So I would have definitely just taken your time coming out mid. Just that map awareness on T side, it's really common for a T to hold top mid or to go underpass like you did on your T side. So you have to just keep that in mind. What you can ask yourself is, if I was on the T side, where would I be right now? And you went under window a lot, so you should just tell yourself like, let me check under window, let me check underpass, let me come out mid and check the cubby here, check behind boxes, and then you can push underpass or hold underpass or go for a flank with your teammate. So you just that awareness, like just ask yourself, where could they be at this point? Like where would I be playing if it's easier that way? We'll just skip this. You died. Oh, I'm not even on you. There we go. There we go. More of a proper nade. Smoke palace, which is good.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
You have a teammate out mid. Again, you have to just peek at your mini map every once in a while. So you team flash this guy.
Grenade out.
He just came from mid, so there's no reason to peek mid. I'll just go back towards A. And this guy just, you left your spot, and I gave him access to the site. They win this round. If you would have just stayed in CT or stayed like watching your site, probably could have won this round. Again, it's just some basic awareness stuff. Like you don't have bomb. You're playing A. That's your site. You need to watch it. You had somebody mid. You didn't need to go re-peek it when he just left mid. You probably didn't even have to leave your spot because you know that they're not mid, so they're either going B or they're going A. They're not going for like a default or a split or anything.
Decoys out.
Not a bad molly. You just miss it. Here again, you're playing well, staying alive. And your aim, you just gotta work on that aim. No reason to peek out wide here. Just gotta stay alive. And that's it. So just to recap, your crosshair placement, you want to come out pre-aiming at certain spots. You want to be at headshot level. You want to upgrade your weapon after you win the pistol round. On CT side, on Mirage, since you're playing A, I would just play it safe and I would sit CT and wait for your teammates after the plant. There's no reason to play a hero role there. It's perfectly fine to play for a retake. They smoke you off on CT. You're able to jump on the box where the ticket booth is, and you can see over that smoke, and you can do that if you want. It's okay to make like some semi-risky plays, but there's no reason to hold like in the middle of sight or to play under balk or push palace or anything like that. Just be aware of like how they can rotate on both sides. So for example, on CT side, if you're gonna go through mid, you have to be aware that they can be underpass. They can be top mid, waiting for you to rotate. They can be in that little cubby in mid. And for A on the other side, if you're coming from B going to A, you have to be aware that they can be jungle. They can be already pushed into CT spawn. They can be in the stairs. They can be in that corner right there in the stairs. They can be sandwich. They can be hiding ramp, palace. And then for your T side, if you go into A and you clear all the way to CT, and you see nothing there, they have to be connector or they have to be in jungle. There's a really off chance that they'll be coming through spawn. And like the easiest way to tell if they're coming through spawn or something is if you see nothing in connector, you see nothing in jungle, and then that last guy might be flanking. Or if you only see one here and there's two alive, then you can like assume that he's coming through spawn. The same thing, if you're pushed up all the way jungle and nothing's coming jungle and nothing's coming connector, they're going to be coming through CT spawn, going to the ticket booth. Um, so just keep that in mind. Like you have to think about where they can rotate at all times, and where you can ask yourself, if I was on the other team, where would I be right now? Where would I be rotating through? When you're gonna use smokes and flashes and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend more playing off of that smoke grenade. So don't throw a smoke grenade and then not like go peek uh, wherever you throw it. So for example, you threw a smoke grenade right where you're standing, and then your teammates came out, but then you didn't come out with them, and you kind of wanted to go back into Palace. Sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. So which leads me into the next point is you want to play with your teammates. Uh, Glance at your mini map every once in a while to see what's going on, and play off of your teammates. Play off of what they're doing. If you're in a ramp and you glance over at your mini map and you see your teammates are running up connector, that means you have to come out a ramp and start clearing out sandwich, under the balcony, the site, smoke off CT. But you definitely have to do something. You can't be as idle as you were, which is fine because you said to me that you didn't know how to play Mirage. So the more confident, um, the more often you do plays like this, the more confident you're going to get. So I definitely recommend uh, having a little bit more map awareness and playing with your team to build that confidence and then taking those fights. Staying together on eco rounds. Um, and that is about it. So if you have any questions, just let me know. We'll try to go over Mirage on sometime this weekend. I won't be on until Sunday, but if you have any questions about the demo or anything I've talked about, just hit me up. Just let me know. All right, man. Take it easy.